I talked yesterday on the show about this concept, stochastic terrorism. Okay. Stochastic terrorism, once again, is when through media messages, through mass communication methods, if someone has a large enough audience and they harp about the need to take care of someone in the public eye or the need to do something about a person or an organization, it becomes statistically more and more likely that someone in the audience will actually be inspired to go and do something in the real world as a result of those mass communication messages that they've heard. Glenn Beck famously was constantly ranting and raving about the Tides Foundation with all sorts of conspiracies. And eventually, it actually inspired someone in his audience to go and try to do something about the Tides Foundation. Hopefully, if I recall the story correctly, he was stopped by police on his way to do that thing. Now, of course, as of current law, Glenn Beck cannot be found guilty in any way for conspiring with that individual. There's no actual connection. It's through the mass messaging that stochastic terrorism is carried out. This got us into the conversation of the impact of the attacks that we've been seeing against these 4 ethnic minority congresswomen called the Squad. And what we have now seen is that the Illinois Republican County Chairmens Association shared a meme labeling them not the Squad, but the Jihad Squad. And they apparently either realized it was a terrible idea or deleted it after there was a whole bunch of blowback after posting it. And they now are claiming, oh, that was an unauthorized post to our social media accounts. It does not represent our actual views. The president of this Republican group is Mark Shaw. He said, quote, "I condemn this unauthorized posting and it has been deleted. I am sorry if anyone who saw the image was offended by the contents." So this is problematic for a variety of reasons. Number one, it again perpetuates the idea that Muslims are terrorists. And we've talked before, I have no hesitation whatsoever to point out that there are significant portions of problematic beliefs among large numbers of the world Muslim population, but perpetuating this idea that merely by being Muslim, there is some terroristic link, including by members of the American Congress. Unless you have really solid evidence of that, you shouldn't say it. It's disgusting and it's disastrous. From a logistical standpoint, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is not Muslim. Ayanna Pressley is not Muslim, as far as I know. So it doesn't even apply to 2 of the 4 ethnic minority congresswomen that are being referred to here. And more importantly, it furthers xenophobia. And again, when it goes back to the stochastic terrorism element, it can cause people to take real world action. These members of Congress now require beefed up security. Would any of you, if tomorrow I came to you and said, breaking news, there's been an assassination attempt against one of those 4 women, would any of you be surprised? I don't think so. I don't think you can say that that would be a surprising bit of news, given everything that's been going on and the media rhetoric, the rhetoric in media from people on the right about those 4 women. And meanwhile, the Republicans won't pass the 9/11 Victims Compensation Fund, not exactly being tough on terror, right? If you say, hey, we aren't even going to pass this simple thing to actually deal with taking care of the people that have been victimized by actual radical Islamic ideology, rather than just 4 members of Congress that we are slandering in this way. And once again, the defenses are so pathetic. Well, David, they didn't mean Jihad Squad literally. It's symbolism. We just disagree with them politically. When they said send her home at Trump's North Carolina rally, it wasn't literally send her home. It was symbolically saying we disagree respectfully with your politics. When the police officer said Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez deserves to be shot, the police chief said it was inappropriate, but it's not a literal threat from this cop. This cop is not actually going to shoot her. That cop has been suspended, we learned, in the last 24 hours, by the way. And similarly, the Jihad Squad label, now they're saying, well, we're not literally saying they are radical Muslim jihadists. It's just symbolism for we disagree with their politics. The cumulative effect here, I almost hesitate to talk about it because I don't want it to happen. The cumulative effect is that someone may well be pushed to do something in the real world. They used to pretend that the racists and the xenophobes were just a small portion. They're not even pretending anymore. It's actually campaign strategy. I've said it last week and I'll repeat it. Trump and Pence are now actually running on overtly xenophobic rhetoric, sort of guised as nationalism and even more innocuously patriotism. We can see through it. The people on the right, there's nothing for them to see through. They just like it. And this may well get Donald Trump reelected. That's the sickest part of it all. We are taking an audience poll related to this issue on the David Pakman Show Instagram page. Make sure you're following it at David Pakman Show. And while you're there, follow me at david.pakman on Instagram as well. We'll take a quick break and be back after this on a very, very busy news day. Today's sponsor is Skillshare, and I'm excited to tell you that everybody in our audience is getting 2 entire months of free access to Skillshare when you click the link underneath this video. Skillshare is the site that offers over 25,000 online courses on almost any topic you can imagine: cooking, meditation, photography, video editing, Photoshop, managing a small business, almost an endless list. And whether you're trying to get ahead in your career, maybe you want to learn new skills that will make you better at your job, you might just be exploring a new hobby and you're trying to find new ways to be creative in your personal time, Skillshare's the perfect place to fully immerse yourself in whatever you're trying to learn. I really enjoyed the class on more advanced video editing techniques because it's something I've been wanting to improve at, but have been very busy hosting the David Pakman Show for the last few years. Once again, the David Pakman Show is giving you 2 whole months of access to every single class offered by Skillshare. After those 2 months, if you want to keep your subscription, Skillshare is super affordable at less than $10 a month. Get better at whatever it is that you're passionate about, or discover something brand new that you didn't even know that you would love, and join Skillshare's other 7 million users by clicking the link underneath this video.